What's a DAC? What's an amplifier? Do you need one, the other, or both? Here's what you need to know. What's up, audiophiles? Today we're diving into one of the most fundamental topics in hi-fi audio, DACs and amplifiers. If you've ever wondered why your music doesn't sound as good as it should, or if you've been confused by all the audiophile gear out there, this video is for you. Whether you're just getting started in the audiophile world, or you're trying to understand what components you actually need for better sound, I'm going to break it all down in simple terms. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you need to take your audio setup to the next level. Let's get started. Let's start with the DAC, which stands for digital to analog converter. Your smartphone, your laptop, your car stereo, they all have DACs. But here's the catch. Most of these built-in DACs are pretty basic because manufacturers prioritize cost over sound quality. So, what does a DAC actually do? In simple terms, it takes the digital music files on your phone or your computer, those ones and zeros, and it converts them into analog electrical signals that your speakers and your headphones use to create the sound waves that our ears enjoy. Think of it like a translator. Your digital music speaks one language, but your headphones and speakers speak another. The DAC is what translates between them. The quality of your DAC directly impacts how accurately your digital music gets converted, which means it affects the overall sound quality of your entire system. A high-quality DAC means cleaner, more detailed, accurate sound. DACs come in all shapes and sizes, from tiny USB dongles you can carry in your pocket, to desktop units, to high-end components that cost thousands of dollars. But the principle is the same. They're all trying to do that digital to analog conversion as cleanly and accurately as possible. Now let's talk about amplifiers. An amplifier has one main job: to provide the power needed to drive your speakers or headphones. An amplifier takes that low voltage signal coming from a DAC and uses a power supply to boost the voltage and current to levels that can physically move speaker drivers. Think of it as the muscle of your audio system. Speakers and headphones come in two variants: active and passive. Active speakers and headphones have an integrated power source that doesn't need any additional or external power to make sound. Take the Sony WH-1000 XM6 wireless headphones. They've got an internal battery, built-in DAC, and headphone amplifier. When turned on, they don't need any help getting the music from your phone to your headphones and into your ears. Passive headphones and speakers do not have an internal power source like an amplifier in order to create sound, so they absolutely need an external amplifier to work. The Focal Stellia headphones, for example, do not have an internal battery, built-in DAC, or amplifier. They must be connected to an external power source from a DAC or an amplifier to produce sound. Just like DACs, amplifiers come in many different forms. You've got speaker amps, headphone amps, tube amps like this one, solid state amps, preamps, power amps, the list goes on. But they all serve the same basic purpose: taking that clean signal from your DAC and giving it the power it needs to drive your favorite gear. The amplifier sits at the end of the signal chain, right before your speakers or headphones, and it determines how well your system can control and drive your gear. So, what's the difference? The difference between a DAC and an amp is that a DAC focuses on signal conversion and quality, whereas an amp focuses on power delivery. The DAC handles the transition, while the amplifier provides the muscle needed to make the sound happen. Now, let's discuss why you need both. Before we continue, I should clarify that everything we're discussing in this video applies specifically to digital music sources. Think streaming, digital files, CDs, and digital devices. If you're spinning vinyl or using other analog sources, you can skip the DAC part since these are already analog signals. But when it comes to any system that's playing digital files, you absolutely need both that DAC and an amplifier. You literally cannot have one without the other and expect to hear sound. It's as simple as that. Because DACs and amps are hidden in devices that we use every day, we really don't give them much thought until we need to. But they work harmoniously together. Like the wheel on a car, you can't have the rim without the tire. Knowing that you need both in any listening scenario, there is some flexibility with what that looks like. You can get both functions in several ways. The first option is two separate components: units, a dedicated DAC and a dedicated amplifier. Then you have the combination unit that has both a DAC and an amplifier built in. Or there are devices like smartphones, music streamers, or DAPs that have both integrated into it already, plus the added bonus of streaming functionality. Let's explore the 3 main listening scenarios and what type of gear works best for each. Generally speaking, most people find themselves enjoying music in one of 3 scenarios: at home, at the office, or on the go. Depending on which bucket you fall into will help you decide what type of configuration you need. If you primarily listen at home, you've got the most flexibility. You can use speakers or headphones, and you have space for larger components. For home listening, we generally recommend either separate components or a high-quality DAC amp combo unit. Separate components will give you the flexibility to upgrade pieces individually down the road. Say you love your DAC, but you want to upgrade that amp later, well, you can do that without having to replace everything in your setup. DAC amp combo units are a great option for anyone who might be limited on space, or they simply prefer the look of that 2-in-1 over separate components. Right here with me, the DCS Lena Network DAC is the top of the line standalone DAC. It complements many amplifiers. It uses state-of-the-art DAC technology to transmit the most precise, accurate signal to your amplifier. Other great dedicated DACs include the Bryce BDA 3.14 streaming DAC, Orander A1000 DAC, and Berkoski M3 DAC. The Dragon Inspire IHA1 is a tube headphone amplifier that's small enough not to take up much space, but it's powerful enough to drive most headphones in your collection. We've got plenty of great resources on our website to understand the difference between a solid state versus tube headphone amplifier if that's something you're looking to learn. Another option is the Pass Labs HPA1 headphone amplifier. It has a dedicated headphone jack for headphone listening and the capability to drive loudspeakers when paired with a power amp. For a dedicated speaker amplifier, the TIAC AP701 is also a great option. For that ideal DAC amp combo, we've got the TIAC UD701N. It's an all-in-one unit with a built-in DAC, amplifier, and streaming capabilities for the home audio listener who doesn't want to fuss with those separate components. For desktop listening, whether at home or at the office, you need components with a smaller footprint. Most people are using headphones or small bookshelf speakers at their desk. This is where DAC amp combo units really shine. They save space while still giving you that high quality sound. You can also consider music streamers, which will combine streaming, DAC, and amp functions. The Chord Electronics Hugo 2 is a powerhouse desktop unit that combines excellent DAC performance with enough amplification for most headphones, and it's still in a compact package. Here, it's paired with the Chord 2 Go, which enables streaming functionality, so you really get that all-in-one unit. The Madison LE streamer from Watson Audio is the perfect streamer for easy listening. It's a room-ready device, and you've got the flexibility to plug in your headphones directly into it or pair it with a power amp to create the ultimate high-performance music system. We've got a blog on our website that's dedicated to recommending products for desktop listening, so check that out for more information. The last listening scenario, and the one that most of us use daily, is portable audio. For on-the-go listening, you'll need something that's small and ultra-portable. This is where digital audio players, also referred to as DAPs, and portable DAC amp combos come into play. DAPs are like smartphones dedicated entirely to music. They have built-in DACs, amps, storage, and streaming capabilities, among many other neat features. The Astell&Kern SB3000M DAP is our #1 recommendation for that ultra-portable, low-profile setup. It's no bigger than the newest Apple iPhone Max, and it possesses all the functionality that you'll need to enjoy your music on the go. Portable DAC amp combo units are smaller units that connect directly to your smartphone. These typically come in 2 styles, dongle USB style DACs, and then slightly larger but still portable handheld units. DAC amp units without built-in streaming capabilities will need to be connected to a source device like your smartphone for playback. The Claris Coda is an ultra-portable, low-profile unit designed to be used with a smartphone, tablet, or computer. It might be mistaken for a USB flash drive, but this little beauty will deliver higher than CD quality while listening to your favorite downloaded or streamed music. A slightly larger option is the iFi Audio XDSD Griffin or the Chord Electronics Mojo 2. Both of them are powerful, portable, and they can also function as a desktop DAC amp unit for stationary listening. So there you have it, the very basic fundamentals of DACs DACs and amplifiers. The big takeaway here is to remember there's no one-size-fits-all solution. A DAP isn't just for portable use. It might work great at your desk too. A desktop combo unit might be the perfect thing you need for your living room setup. The key is understanding what you need based on how you like to listen. This is a very high-level overview of DACs and amps. There's no right or wrong way to configure your digital audio setup, as long as you have a DAC and an amplifier. These are purely our recommendations, and we've got a written blog linked in the description below, alongside many other resources on our website that will go into these topics much more. Be sure to check those out for more information, and don't ever hesitate to reach out for any assistance. Our hi-fi experts will walk you through the ins and outs to make sure that you walk away with the perfect component for your setup. As always, thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.